Hey everyone, my name is Samya. Today I am going to take an interview of Dr. Sheikh Haroon, who is the HOD of EEE. Sir, are you ready to take an interview?
Yes, ma'am. That's as per your order.
Thank you so much, sir. So, your first question, sir. How do you feel satisfied in this profession as a teacher?
See, the teaching profession is quite different than any other profession, whether it is a corporate job or as an entrepreneur or you are working as one person in an R&D. Because here you won't be directly dealing with monetary transaction, but with the young engineers, the prospective engineers. So bringing up these new generation and our student to the challenges of the technology in this world and trying them to be successful in their career. So the satisfaction here is when your students graduated and they go to their profession or in their field and they perform excellent way, they become successful, contribute to the society. That is what your satisfaction.
Thank you. So, your next question, sir. Did your studies or present generation which influenced you as a teacher?
I could not get it.
Yes, sir. I will repeat my question. Did your this education, like you have finished your education, so that education or this present generation, which is influencing you for your teaching?
That means you are asking that my education, what I have got through my college days and the present generation, out of these two, who is influencing? It is basically the mix of both. Because my education have put my foundational on the knowledge and new generation who are exposed to the very different era and come with a lot of information and their own new talent. So simulating myself with their talent, that is also the influencing me.
The next question, sir. How do students influence or contribute their lives?
How the students?
How do your students influence or contribute your life?
That is the very important question because I believe in the philosophy of learning from everyone, right? Whether it is a newborn baby or my first year student or the final year students, okay? Because they come with their own time, talent, their generation Y, and I've been learned my engineering long time back, in the 20 years back, okay? So when they come with a different background and I pose the question to them, they come with the new thoughts. So those thoughts help me to simulate myself and look to the point from that angle which add up to my learning.
Your next question, sir. How will you change yourself for the future?
How?
Will you change yourself for the future?
See, it's a very important question. If you want to be relevant, you need to be adaptive. That adaptive means you need to sync up with the changing situation, learn what all the new phase of the new situation, what are the new form of the challenges, and how you can prepare yourself. Because I always remember one of the teachers who taught me in the final year of the engineering, that professor who was the head of the department and was about to retire, right? He studied his engineering at the time of the 55, 56, 58. Okay, that time there was no electronic, that time there was no microprocessor, that time no digital electronic, that time no transistor. But he was the one who taught us the microprocessor and the microcontroller. And that's what my inspiration always been learning every time, every situation.
So your next question. What is the message you would like to give to the students?
See, the students today are very smart and they're informed, right? Because you have today's student have the access to the lot of information, and that information is available on just your finger going close to the screen, right? Within no time, within no second, that information will pop up on that. So today's generation is well informed compared to the earlier generation, compared to our time. Okay, but there is a very clear difference between the knowledge and the information. Information will not, just the information will not help you to conclude to the right result or the outcome, and your learning will not be completed. You need to have the knowledge about that. The difference between the information and knowledge is very big, and just by being informed, nobody can really acquire the knowledge. So for that purpose, we definitely need the teacher. Teacher need not to be just the class, the teacher who teaches the class. The teacher can be at home, your mother, your father, your uncle, your brother, or your younger siblings, anyone who will expose the this right aspect of that situation, help you to understand what is the right path of that, or what is the right conclusion of that, what is the right application of your thought. Okay, what is the right conclusion of the information when we come to the particular situation. So please look to the seeking the knowledge, not be just the informed in this Google age. And for that purpose, you need to be behind your teacher and you need to listen and respect your teacher.
So, and your final question, sir, what are your strengths as a teacher?
I don't know what are my strengths. This is all my students and others have to tell me. Okay, what is my strength on that?
So, but you will have that this one also, like I can be like this.
That way, if you see that, okay, the strength in my strength in the teaching is I always look into the in-depth of the point and bring up to the level of students' understanding. Okay. When I teach to the first year student the subject, I teach them in such a way that they come up to the ground. Just like a small baby will be coming up, standing above the ground. But when my students come to the third year and the final year, I would like them to understand the depth of the point. Okay, so they get good understanding and they are ready for the competition, because in the competition they have to have the strong feet on the ground, but at the same time they will be running fast compared to the others on that. So that way I tune my teaching. When I teach the subject, for example, if I teach the analog electronics to the third semester students, I will not be going to the in-depth of the transistors, its capacitance and all those analytical aspects. But when I am taking the electronics for the third year or the final year students, I will be going to the very deep aspect and the facet of the transistor. So I think that is what, and another important aspect is I always keep my student active and participating in the class. If they are not coming up, I bring up the questions, I interrupt to their a kind of sleeping mode in such a way that they come out of the sleep mode and participating in the discussion. Because I believe the teaching should be not just talking on the board, but should be the participative in the class.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time.